It was a cool fall evening on the island of Sodar, so Topham Hatt decided to close the railway early on account of the weather. "What we should do," said Thomas, "is listen to a story." "And a very spooky one," remarked Edward. "I know just the perfect story to tell," said Spencer, and he began telling his story. Once there was a little blue engine who worked on his own railway. He was a hard worker and very determined. One night, the station master asked the little blue engine to go and find a coach that was missing on the siding. "I'll certainly try," said the little blue engine, and he puffed away to find the coach. Along the way it became very foggy. He saw a shed close by, so he decided to spend the night in the shed. "I guess I'll have to stay in there tonight," said the little blue engine, and he backed up into the sheds. He then went to sleep, but then he heard some ruffling. Then the ruffling got louder. Suddenly, in a whoop of horror, he left the shed with two ghostly hands following him. His whistle could be heard. "Well, what happened?" asked Rosie. "That," said Spencer, "is where the story ends," said Spencer in a mysterious voice. And then the engines puffed away back to the sheds, very amazed about the story that Spencer told. "Is the ghost real?" asked Rosie. "No," said Thomas, "it's not real. There's no such thing as ghosts." They puffed away back to the sheds. That night the engines were sleeping, but then they heard Spencer making all sorts of noises. "Ah, it's the monster," said Rosie. "Ha ha ha," said Spencer. "Spencer, that's enough," said Thomas. "What did I say?" "What do you mean you didn't say? You didn't like the story? It might be real." Thomas became more cross and was very determined to pay Spencer out. Then the engines resumed sleeping again, but then, in the middle of the night, Thomas heard a very loud noise. "I wonder what that was," said Thomas, and he decided to stay the whole night as a precaution. Next morning Thomas became very tired. He was picking up passengers at Wellsworth when Henry pulled in. "Hi, Thomas," said Henry. "You okay?" "Oh, very sleepy," said Thomas. "Well, looks like you need some special coal then," said Henry. "Oh, that's the sleepyhead," said Spencer, and he puffed by with the limited. Thomas ignored him and puffed on with his work. That night Thomas decided to head to the sheds early. The other engines soon followed, but then Thomas heard the ruffling noise again. "What was that?" said Thomas, and he looked all over. Then the noise grew louder and louder. Thomas became more scared. Suddenly he saw two yellow eyes right in front of his bumper beam. Thomas closed his eyes and whistled as loud as he could. "Thomas! Spencer! Gordon! Everyone! Anyone in the sheds! Help me! Save me from the monster!" And then Thomas woke up to see a hedgehog on his buffer beam. "Well, Spencer has a very funny imagination," said Gordon, "but I think yours is more innovative." The hedgehog would have to agree.